You don't stay broke because you're lazy. You stay broke because something inside you is repeating a story you never chose. And the strange part is, it feels like you. Your thoughts. Your habits. Your decisions. Your timing. But what if I told you, it's not fully you? There is a version of you that learned how to think about money before you ever understood what money is. A version shaped by what you heard, what you saw, what you experienced growing up. And that version is still running your life. That's why every time you try to move forward, something pulls you back. You try to save money, something comes up. You try to grow, fear shows up. You try to change, you suddenly lose motivation. And you start thinking, maybe I'm just not disciplined. But the truth is deeper than discipline. It's identity. Because you cannot consistently live above the level of who you believe you are. And most people never question that belief. You might say you want money. But your subconscious might still associate money with stress, pressure, responsibility, even danger. So when money starts increasing in your life, something inside you quietly sabotages it. Not because you're weak. But because your mind is trying to bring you back to what feels normal. Even if normal is suffering. And this is where most people get stuck for years. They think the solution is more hustle. More effort. More sacrifice. But they never stop to question the internal programming running the entire system. Let me ask you something honest. When you imagine yourself having more money than you do now, do you feel calm? Or do you feel uncomfortable? Do you feel peace? Or do you feel pressure? Because your emotional response is the real truth about your money mindset. Not your goals. Not your words. Your emotional reaction. And if success feels heavy to you, you will unconsciously avoid it. Even when you say you want it. This is why some people always seem to almost make it, but never actually sustain it. They break through, then fall back. They win, then lose it again. They rise, then repeat the same cycle. It's not bad luck. It's identity resistance. Your mind is protecting a familiar version of you. Even if that version is broke. Even if that version is stressed. Even if that version is tired. Because familiar feels safe. And unfamiliar feels dangerous. So every time you try to step into a new financial level, your mind creates doubt, distraction, fear, or emotional chaos to pull you back. And you mistake that for reality. But it's not reality. It's conditioning. Now listen carefully. Money is not just about skills. It's not just about opportunities. It's not even just about hard work. Money is a reflection of how much expansion your identity can tolerate without self-destructing. Some people can only hold small amounts of success before they sabotage it. Not because they don't want more. But because they were never taught how to become the version of themselves that has more. Think about this. If your mind is used to struggle, then peace feels suspicious. If your identity is used to lack, then abundance feels temporary. If your emotions are wired for survival, then stability feels uncomfortable. So even when life gives you a break, you don't know how to stay there. You create problems. You overthink. You self-sabotage. You lose focus. And later you say, I don't know what happened. But something did happen. You met a level of life your identity was not ready to hold. And it collapsed back to what it knows. This is the silent pattern most people never see. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. Because now you understand. You are not trying to get money. You are trying to become someone who doesn't collapse when money arrives. And that is a completely different journey. Now here is where things get even deeper. Your beliefs about money didn't come from logic. They came from emotional experiences. Maybe you saw stress in your home when money was discussed. Maybe you heard phrases like, money is hard to get. Maybe you watched people work endlessly and still struggle. Your mind recorded all of that silently. And now those recordings are running in the background of your decisions. So when you try to think differently about money, there is resistance. Not because you're wrong, but because your programming is older than your desire. And the mind always trusts what is familiar over what is new, even if the new thing is better. That is the trap. So what do most people do? They try to force new habits on top of old identity. But the old identity always wins. Because behavior follows identity, not the other way around. So if you don't change who you believe you are, your financial reality will keep recycling itself. Different days. Same pattern. Different opportunities. Same outcome. Different effort. Same ceiling. But there is a shift that changes everything. It's the moment you stop asking, how do I get money? And start asking, who do I become when money is no longer a threat to me? Because in that question, everything starts to rewire. You stop chasing. You stop panicking. You stop forcing. And you start observing the identity that has been running your life unconsciously. And slowly, you begin to detach from it. Not through motivation, but through awareness. And awareness is what breaks cycles. Not pressure. Not shame. Not hustle. Awareness. Because once you see the pattern clearly, you gain the power to interrupt it. And every interruption weakens the old identity. Until one day, it no longer controls you. You still feel fear sometimes, but you don't obey it. You still feel doubt sometimes, but you don't build your life around it. You still feel resistance, but you don't stop because of it. That is the beginning of real change. Not external change. Internal permission to expand. And when that happens, money stops being something you chase, and starts becoming something you can finally hold.